Hello, this is Onyx Tarot Guide, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little review on the Under Roses Lenormand deck. Definitely go ahead and hit the like button, and here we go. Let's hop right into it. So here is the box. I'm actually starting to keep the boxes for you all, just so you all can see. The Lenormand decks are usually like, these little tiny handheld, decks here. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I love Lenormand, okay? Love, love, love. Now, here is the book. It is like a little paper book. I like that, of course, everything's in order. This is more of like an informative book, too. It sits and tells you, I actually really like the way this book is set up because it keeps everything super simple. It basically is like, okay, so the owls, communication, gossip, conversation, nervous, like it gives you different adjectives. And I also like that it actually tells you to kind of like write a key, if that makes sense, which I thought was really cool. So I wrote a key for myself, and it's like write a key, obviously like use your intuition, and when you look at it, just kind of like create a key for these cards, right? And I'll kind of like put these out so you all can see them, but I made a little key here for like, I have numerous Lenormand decks, so it was super cool to create a key to reference, so super cool. Now, the cool thing about the Lenormand decks is that, yes, they are generally the same, but they're also super different, if that makes sense. So some of them, like, they always have different things. So for instance, like the child, like this deck actually has 2 children here. I bought this deck because I went on a deep dive on Amazon, right, for these just little decks I usually find, and like little hole in the wall shops, like they're just poof, they're there. And it's like, whoa, how do they have all these cool decks, right? And of course, you always want to, it's better to buy a deck in person than online. So generally I just kind of like look at the ones I see, look at the pictures, and then I try to just, I just go with the wind if I just happen to find it in like a little store. Okay, so I love this deck because this was actually a deck that I saw on Amazon, and I was really happy that there was diversity in this deck. So that's what I was looking for. So I really like that, like this one has the lady and the gentleman and the child, right? So I love that, right? We talk about diversity in tarot and stuff. And then they have, the lady, the gentleman, and the child too. So I really love that they give, different options. So it's not just one race, and it's just pretty diverse. Everybody just feels included, right? And we even have, there's minorities here. There's everybody here in these decks. So I really like that. But yeah, overall, I really like this deck. It seems that the messages that I get are so cool because it is, so like, for instance, the ship, okay, let's use the clover. So the clover here is, of course, good luck, success, newness, money, right? And then the mountain in this deck is 21. So like in other Lenormand decks, it's kind of like, it's still kind of the same, but they're also different. I don't know if that makes sense. But if you have numerous Lenormand decks, like you'll just see they kind of shift a little bit with meaning. But I love the different pictures. I love the diversity. I definitely think the Lenormand decks are definitely worth it to look into. Yes, they are similar, but they're also different, which I love. I love that they're straight to the point, and they also, like, for instance, if you use like the 5 of Swords in tarot, right? And then I'm like, okay, can you clarify this? I'll get like the dog, the clover, and the child, okay? So it's like, if I have the dog, the clover, and the child tied to the Five of Swords, you know, somebody you have to look over your back with, you're kind of like, I don't know, you know, you have lingering resentment, that kind of thing, right? But I clarify it and I'm like, okay, we got a stable person, the clover, and then the child. So it's kind of like, I don't know if that makes sense, but generally with these, you're suggested to get more than one. So like it could be, okay, child, good luck, and then stability tied to somebody who's lying. So it's like, okay, it could be somebody that you have a child with and they're lying about something with your child. You could be the stable person and they could be lying about stability and their good luck tied to a child. So maybe you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it gives you a lot of wide options, versus like, you know, in tarot, of course you trust your intuition, but it's like, you know, it's kind of straightforward. I feel like you all get what I'm saying. But yes, I really love this deck. I think that the Lenormand decks, I mean, everyone should have at least one, right? I love the size. I love, you know, like the vibes of the deck. I love this deck because it's diverse, you know, it's diverse. And I love the book. Of course, it's a paper book, but really, I really liked that I really actually like opened it and looked into it, and it was like, hey, it's best if you create your own key, you know? So I took the time to go through each one and looked at what they said that they are, looked at my own cards, and then wrote them down, and I feel like I connect with them like a lot more, if that makes sense, versus having to go back and forth in the book, back and forth. So I love this deck. I definitely recommend it. I love the diversity. But yeah, let me know what you think about the Lenormand decks. If you have this deck, let me know. The caption will have the link. Check out my tarot channel. And thank you all so much for watching.